In this yoga practice, we will combine movement, breathing, and meditation to envision 3 different versions of your future for the next 5 years. One of those versions will be teaching yoga full-time. Another one will be combining yoga teaching with some other career, some other part-time job. And the third version will be creating something entirely different from what you're doing right now. We want to see what kind of reaction you get from each one of those versions and which one of them makes you feel the most energetic and enthusiastic. And who knows, you might get some interesting insights from this practice. I'm Olga Cable, yoga teacher and yoga therapist. Let's begin. We will begin this practice on your back, so take a moment now to transition down to the ground. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, and take a moment to get settled here. Close your eyes, relax your body, feel the stability of the ground underneath you. As you begin to settle into the pose, take your time to inhale and take your time to exhale. Every time you inhale, expand your chest first, then expand your belly. And as you exhale, deflate your belly and then deflate your chest. Take a couple more full, deep breaths like that. Now lift your feet off the ground one by one. Place your hands on your knees. And as you continue to breathe deeply, start to circle your knees away from each other. Nice wide circles. Continue to breathe deeply. And after you finish your current cycle, keep your knees bent, bring them closer together, extend your arms along the body. With the next inhalation, extend your right arm up over your head, at the same time extending your left leg down along the ground, and stretch. As you exhale, bend the knee and lower your arm, touch your right hand to your left knee. On the inhale, bring the arm back up as you extend your left leg down along the floor without touching the ground. And as you exhale, lower your arm and bend your left knee. And let's do it on the other side. On the inhale, raise your left arm as you extend your right leg down along the ground. On the exhale, bend the knee, lower your arm and touch your left hand to your right knee. On the inhale, extend your leg back down as you raise your left arm up, lengthen. And as you exhale, bend the knee and lower your left arm. Continue to move like that. On the inhale, raising your right arm and extending your left leg. On the exhale, return back to the center, touching your right hand to your left knee. On the inhale, again, extend your right arm and your left leg. And on the exhale, return back to the starting position. Do this again on the other side, please. Full deep breathing. And whenever you finish with your current cycle, go ahead and extend your arms out to the sides and place your feet on the ground. Keep your feet and knees together. And then extend your arms forward in front of you. With the next inhalation, bring your arms apart and your knees apart as wide as they go. Reach out through your knees and your fingertips. And as you exhale, slowly move your hands toward each other and your knees toward each other as well. And then squeeze them together. On the inhale again, move your arms out to the sides as you move your knees apart. Expand, reach outwards. And as you exhale, move your knees toward each other and your arms toward each other. At the end, squeezing your palms together and your knees together. Do this movement 2 more times on your own, please. Full deep breathing. And whenever you finish with your current cycle, go ahead and roll onto your side, coming up onto your hands and knees, aligning your wrists underneath the shoulder joints and your knees underneath the hip joints. With the next inhalation, lift the chest forward and up away from the navel, widening your collarbones. And as you exhale, round your back, tuck the chin in, pull the belly button in. On the inhale, lift the chest forward and up again, away from the navel. And as you exhale, look to your right, pulling your right hip toward your right shoulder. On the inhale, return back to the center. And as you exhale, look to your left, pulling your left hip toward your left shoulder, shortening the left side of your body. On the inhale, turn forward, lift the chest away from the navel. And as you exhale, slowly bring your elbows down first, and then your tailbone down toward the heels. Relax your neck. Let's continue with that cycle. On the inhale, come on up onto your hands and knees. Lift the chest, lift the chin a bit. On the exhale, round your back. Pull your belly button in, tuck the chin in. On the inhale, lift the chest away from the navel, widen your collarbones. As you exhale, look to your right, shorten the right side of your body, pull your right hip toward the shoulder. Inhale, return back to the center. And as you exhale, look to your left. Pull your left hip toward your left shoulder. Inhale, return back to the center, widen your collarbones, stretch through the front of the body. And as you exhale, gradual abdominal contraction, bringing your elbows down and your tailbone down toward the heels. Go through the entire cycle 1 more time on your own, please. Full deep breathing. And whenever you make your way down into the child's pose, stay there for a moment. Relax your neck, relax your back. Take a couple of full deep breaths here, directing your breathing into your upper middle back, creating space there. And then go ahead and sit up in any comfortable seated position of your choice. You can sit on your heels or you can sit cross-legged, whatever works best for you. Take a moment to get settled. Continue to breathe deeply. As you continue to breathe, become aware of the right side of your body. And then feel the left side of your body. Then shift your attention back to the right side of your body. And imagine that the right side of your body represents your yoga teaching ventures. And then the left side of your body represents some other part-time job that you may be currently doing or that you're open to doing. It can be related to yoga or not. Maybe you're already a massage therapist or a social worker, or maybe you write, or maybe you run a yoga studio. Whatever it is, imagine your left side representing that part of your work life. So the right side of your body represents your yoga teaching, and the left side of your body represents some other tasks, work tasks, or some other part-time job that you're doing currently. And then go ahead and connect the fingertips of your hands. Keep your palms open, and then rest your hands on your lap. Keep your fingertips connected, and with that connection, imagine the two sides of your work life, yoga and non-yoga, that they're coming together and coexisting together for the next 5 years. What will it look like? Envision your life for the next 5 years doing both of those things simultaneously. What comes up for you when you envision it? How does it feel? What will your life look like if you combine your yoga teaching with another part-time career? Take a few more breaths with that image. Notice what kind of reaction you have to this kind of arrangement. And then go ahead and transition onto your hands and knees. With the next inhalation, lift the chest forward and up away from the navel. And as you exhale, gradually contract your abdomen, bring your elbows down first, and then your tailbone down toward the heels. With the next inhalation, come on up onto your hands and knees, and then continue to carry your hips forward, lifting the chest forward and up, so you end up in upward facing dog, but on your knees. And with the exhalation, gradually contract your abdomen and return back into the child's pose, elbows down, tailbone toward the heels. And let's do it again on the inhale. Come on up onto your hands and knees, lift the chest forward and up. With the exhalation, contract your abdomen, bring your elbows down, tailbone down toward the heels. With the next inhalation, begin to lift up onto your hands and knees, and then continue to carry your hips forward Widen your collarbones, lift the chest away from the navel. And as you exhale, gradually contract the abdomen and return into the child's pose. Go through the entire cycle on your own one more time, please. Full deep breathing. And whenever you finish with your current cycle, go ahead and lift up onto your hands and knees and then transition down to the ground. So lay down on your stomach, put your forearms next to you, and place your left cheek on the ground. Keep your feet about hip distance apart and make sure that your pelvis feels leveled. With the next inhalation, lift your upper body up and your left leg, at the same time extending your right arm forward. Head comes to the center. With the exhalation, bring everything back down, right cheek to the floor, forearm on the ground. On the inhale, lift your upper body up again, this time raising your right leg up as you extend your left arm forwards. And on the exhale, bring your left ear to the ground as you bring everything else back down. Do that again. On the inhale, right arm, left leg, extend as you lift your chest. Head is at the center. And with the exhalation, bring your arm down, right cheek to the ground. Same thing on the other side, left arm, right leg. And now go ahead and extend your arms along the body and bring your feet together. With the next inhalation, lift your upper body up, bringing your arms out to the sides, raising both legs up and moving them wide as well. And with the exhalation, bring everything down, forehead to the ground. And let's do it again. Full deep breath as you lift your upper body up, arms out wide, feet wide apart as well. And on the exhale, bring everything down, forehead to the ground. Do this movement 2 more times on your own, please, with full deep breathing. Keep your body strong and engaged here. Then when you finish with your current repetition, come on up onto your hands and knees, please. And then move down into the child's pose, placing your hands on your lower back and forehead down on the ground. With the next inhalation, lift up on your knees, sweeping your arms out and up, reach up high. And with the exhalation, turn to your right, bringing your arms out to the sides and look back. On the inhale, turn forward, sweeping your arms up, lengthen upwards. On the exhale, turn to your left, arms out to the sides, look back behind you. On the inhale, turn forward, raise your arms up, reach up high. And as you exhale, slowly bend forward, all the way down, hands to your lower back. Let's do it again. On the inhale, lift up on your knees, sweep your arms out and up, reach up. On the exhale, turn to your right, arms out to the sides, look back. Inhale, turn forward, raising your arms up and lengthening upwards. Exhale, turn to your left, arms out, look back. Inhale, turn forward, reaching up. And as you exhale, gradually contract the abdomen and slowly drape down over your thighs. Go through the entire cycle 1 more time on your own, please. Full deep breathing. And once you move down into the child's pose, stay down there for a moment. Rest your arms on the floor next to you. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. And then little by little, Transition into a comfortable seated position of your choice. Take a moment to get settled. Make sure that your spine remains upright. Once you get settled in the pose, go ahead and loosely interlace your fingers with your left little finger on the bottom, and then touch the tips of your index fingers. Place your hands about a foot away from your chest and keep the elbows slightly away from your body. Make sure that the back of the neck stays long. And then slowly inhale, and with your inhalation, expand your upper back, creating that sense of roundness in your upper back. And with the exhalation, slowly relax your shoulders away from your ears. Continue to breathe like that. With every inhalation, create the sensation of width in your upper back. And with every exhalation, relax your shoulders while keeping your neck long. Continue to breathe like that, maintaining this gesture of embrace. Continue to create space in your upper back. Continue to deepen your breathing. And as you continue to breathe like that, imagine what it would be like to embrace yoga teaching full-time. What would it feel like? What would it look like? Imagine teaching yoga full-time for the next 5 years. What would you do? Would you focus on traveling from class to class? How many classes would you like to teach? And where? Maintain that sense of embrace and rest your hands on your knees. Continue to breathe deeply. Would you also want to work with students one-on-one? Does this kind of work appeal to you? If so, how many private clients would you like to have? Do you have any interest in teaching yoga events like series or seminars? And if so, what kind of topics are you interested in exploring? What appeals to you? Do you feel like taking your students on a retreat? to a faraway place? Does this sound interesting and doable? Do you want to take your teaching online and record yoga videos? How does it feel when you think of that? Which of those options make you feel excited? Make you feel energized? Stay with your visions for a few more full deep breaths. Envision your perfect yoga teaching future. What does it look like? Take another breath here. And then go ahead and transition onto your hands and knees, please. With the next inhalation, lift the chest forward and up. And as you exhale, bring your elbows down and move your tailbone down toward the heels, moving into the child's pose. On the inhale, come on up onto your hands and knees, lift the chest away from the navel, curl the toes under. And with the exhalation, lift your knees off the ground, push your butt back, and stretch from your palms into the tailbone, coming into downward facing dog. With the next inhalation, move your upper body forward, aligning your shoulders over your wrists, coming into a plank position. And with the exhalation, return back into the downward facing dog, stretching from your palms into the tailbone. Do this movement back and forth 2 more times, please. Moving between downward facing dog and plank. Maintaining steady, consistent breathing pace. Next time when you return into the downward facing dog, stay there. With the next inhalation, lift your right leg up as high as you can, stretch back through your heel. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, carry your upper body forward into plank, at the same time pulling your right knee toward the chest and then in the direction of your left shoulder. With the inhalation, return back into the downward facing dog, extending your right leg up and back behind you. And on the exhale again, move your upper body forward into plank, bend your right knee and pull it toward your left shoulder. On the inhale, extend your leg back as you return into downward facing dog. And repeat this movement 1 more time. With the next exhalation, place your right foot down on the ground while staying in downward facing dog. On the inhale, raise your left leg up behind you. On the exhale, float forward into plank position, bending your left knee and pulling it toward your right shoulder. And on the inhale, return into the downward facing dog, extending your leg behind you. Do this movement 2 more times at your own pace. Continue to breathe deeply. And whenever you finish with your current cycle, bring your knees down to the ground. Stand up on your knees. With an inhalation, raise your arms up into the Y shape. Widen the chest, lift the chin. As you exhale, bring your hands to the opposite shoulders. Tuck the chin in and round your upper back. On the inhale, extend the arms up again into the Y shape. Lift the chin. And as you exhale, gradually contract the abdomen, bend forward, placing your chest over your thighs and your hands on your lower back. On the inhale, lift back up on your knees, lead with the chest, sweep your arms out and up into the Y shape. On the exhale, bring your hands to the opposite shoulders, tuck the chin in, round your upper back. On the inhale, extend the arms up into the Y shape again. And as you exhale, bend all the way down, placing your hands on your lower back. Go through the entire cycle 1 more time on your own, please. Full deep breath. And after you make your way all the way down into the child's pose, stay there for a breath or 2. And then sit up. Stay seated on your heels. And then shift your pelvis to your right, so you end up sitting on the floor next to your right heel. If this feels strenuous to you, you can always sit on a bolster or block or pillow, whatever works best for you. Once you get settled there, go ahead and roll your right shoulder back and place your right hand behind your right hip, on the floor or a block if you need a little more elevation there. Make sure that you have support from your right hand. And with the next inhalation, press your right hand down into the ground, lift your pelvis off the ground, and sweep your left arm forward and up. Stretch through the left side of the body, look up, and with the exhalation, return into the starting position. Sit down and lower your left arm down. And let's do it again on the inhale. Lift your pelvis up, sweep your left arm up, and stretch through the left side of the body and the front of the body as well. And with the exhalation, sit back down. Do this movement 2 more times on your own, please. Full deep breath, actively stretching through the front of the body and through the left side, from the left knee into the hip, into the left shoulder, and the fingertips of your left hands. Next time when you move into the pose, take an extra breath or 2 there. Continue to stretch through the left sides. Look up if your neck allows. And as you exhale, move back down. And let's do it on the other side. So go ahead and sit down on your heels first, and then shift the weight of the body to your left. So you end up sitting on the floor or pillow next to your left heel. Roll your left shoulder back and place your left hand behind your left hip. Elevate your hand if necessary. With the next inhalation, lift your pelvis off the ground. Raise your right arm forward and up and stretch through the front of the body and the right side of your body. And with the exhalation, sit back down. Continue to move like that, full deep breath as you lift up, stretch through the right side, look up. And on the exhale, return back to the starting position. Do this movement 2 more times on your own, please. And then next time when you move into the pose, stay there. Continue to stretch through the right side of the body and through the front of the body. Lengthen from your right knee into the right hip, right shoulder, and the fingertips of your right hands. Look up if your neck allows, or you can look down to your left if that's more comfortable. And with the next exhalation, sit back down. Go ahead and bring your legs around so you end up sitting on the floor with your legs extended in front of you, knees generously bent. With the next inhalation, raise your arms forward and up, reach up high. And as you exhale, gradually drape your body over your thighs. Relax your neck, and as you do that, slowly bend your elbows and slide your elbows towards your hips. Relax your shoulders. On the inhale, reach forward with your arms, lead with the chest, and go back up into the seated position, reaching up toward the ceiling. And with the exhalation, gradually bend forward, draping over your thighs, bending your elbows and sliding them toward your hips. On the inhale again, reach forward, lengthen, peel your chest off of your legs first, and then lift your belly. And as you exhale, gradually drape back down. Do this movement 1 more time, please. And the next time, remain in the seated position. Relax your neck, your shoulders. Make sure that your upper back feels nice and wide. And take a couple of nice deep breaths here. You can thread your arms under your legs if you like, or you can just rest them on the floor next to you. Full deep breathing. And then slowly sit up. Get settled in a comfortable seated position of your choice. Make sure that your spine feels upright and your breathing is steady and deep. As you continue to breathe deeply, rest your hands on your knees, palms up. Bend the middle fingers of each hand and cover them with your thumbs. Extend all other fingers out actively. Try to inhale for about 8 seconds, and as you do, imagine growing taller. Feel as if your head is floating over your shoulders. And then exhale for about 8 seconds, and as you do, gradually relax your shoulders while maintaining the height that you've created. Continue to breathe like that. Inhale for at least 8 seconds, growing taller. And exhale for at least 8 seconds, relaxing your shoulders away from the ears. Keep your fingers actively extended. And as you continue to breathe deeply, imagine a completely different scenario for the next 5 years. What would you do for work if money wasn't a factor and you could do whatever you wanted? Let your imagination roam. What would you do? And would yoga fit into that vision in some way, or not at all? What would your life be like if you followed that path? Give yourself permission to envision it without plotting it. What would it look like? What would it feel like? And stay with that vision for the next few breaths. Now free up your hands and connect the thumb and index finger of each hand. Continue to breathe deeply. Notice how you feel. Which one of those three paths made you feel the most excited and energized? Did any interesting insights pop up for you? Stay with that awareness for a while. And afterwards, please make notes on your response to the practice. What came up for you in each one of those three scenarios? And reflect on those. And thank you for joining me today. Namaste.